Welcome to The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Talk. Hello? What? It's so nice to see you.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Are we back?
Oh my, in person.
Are we back?
I was trying to figure out how long it's been because I've had COVID for 5 weeks.
Since like before Christmas.
So we recorded before Christmas, right?
And we did New Year's episode.
But you called in. when's the last time I saw you? Has it been 5 weeks?
Probably.
It was before I went to New York. And New York was the second week in December.
Yeah.
This feels weird.
Yeah. I forgot what you looked like.
It's been a long time since I've seen you, too.
Oh, we have somebody else here with us.
But we're not going to say who.
Who, me?
We're not telling you.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. So,
Can I just say that this is my first drink since New Year's?
Really?
Because, we drank like 30 Twisted Teas each on Sunday after New Year's, and I came home Monday, and then I was sick, and then blah, blah, blah. This is my first drink.
This is not my first drink.
Tastes delicious.
This is not my first drink. Although I was testing because I was coughing a lot. And I was testing myself because every time I'd have a drink, I'd get real congested and cough. So every night I had to be like, well, let's try.
Let's see if it happens.
Let's see if it happens. We'll try wine on Monday and a White Claw on Tuesday. It didn't work. I would get like a couple sips in and I could feel the congestion. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
That's terrible.
What have I done wrong? Oh,
what?
Do you want to hear something else?
What?
I bought a $10 scratch off a couple days ago. Forgot that it was in my purse. I won $600.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding.
Smokes. Long time lurker, first time talker. That was perfect.
I was like, what? I was so excited. I have never won.
Do you know that me and Johnny get excited if he wins, if he buys a $5 ticket and wins 20, we're like, holy shit.
I know.
Oh my God.
No, I love it.
We just made our friend spit her drink out.
I was just thinking I'm happy if I win $10 on a five.
I know, it's ridiculous. Dude, if we won $600, I'd shit my pants.
I did. That's why I have these comfortable ones on now. I had jeans on.
So, did I ever tell you
that didn't take long for us to talk about food? 2 minutes.
There you go, Droogle. My cousin turned 18, and me, my mom, and my sister all threw in some cash. I bought him some scratch-offs and gave them to him. He won $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was my one lotto win. I
have never won like that. This was my biggest today.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, I'm like, this is not, it said no, wait, I'm sorry. It was 500 on one and 100 on another.
Stop.
I had two. I'll show you after we're done.
That's
600
crazy.
total. It said 5 times 100. And then the other one was like $10, $5, 10, and it all added up to 100. So I have 2 tickets to turn in.
Damn, girl, you buying dinner?
Yeah.
Are we ordering Domino's?
You each get a $10 pizza. Yeah, I guess I'm treating the next time we go out for sure.
I don't want to share with anybody. Johnny that's another thing. We have these coupons. They just opened a Casey's by us, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're from the Midwest, you know what Casey's is. It's a gas station / general. They call it Casey's General Store, but there's really nothing general about it. It's just gas station. Sometimes they have a car wash, whatever. They have excellent breakfast pizza. I don't know if you guys have ever had it.
I thought you were going to say breakfast burrito, but pizza.
No, it's breakfast pizza. And it's obviously a pizza pie. And then they put sausage gravy on it and eggs and cheese. Oh, wow. I know, friend, you're looking at me like.
I don't like sausage gravy.
Oh.
You get out. Have you ever had my sausage gravy?
No. The first guest we ever kicked out.
Well, all for not liking sausage gravy.
I would say 10 years ago, you came to my house and taught the kids how to make it, remember?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Biscuits and gravy. It's the easiest thing ever to make. You could have 0 cooking skills and I can teach you how to make that shit. It's so easy. But anyway, so Johnny, we had coupons because they just opened that store and Johnny was supposed to go get breakfast pizza today so I could come home from work and heat up a slice and eat it for dinner. I've been thinking about it all day.
Yeah.
He didn't go get it.
Oh, no. I hate when that happens.
I know. And all I ate was a freaking salad for lunch today. Are you kidding me? A salad and sugar-free Jell-O because me and Johnny are doing low carb.
Oh, yeah. How is that going?
Although right now, this isn't helping, but it's actually been going really good.
Good.
Like,
good.
I'm impressed with how Johnny's dealing with it.
Doesn't the ice kind of water down the carbs?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so. Isn't it vodka, though? Vodka doesn't have carbs.
But the Red
Does
Bull
it?
that I put in it.
Oh, that. It's not, you don't use like no sugar Red Bull.
What are you talking about? You want me to drink fucking Tito's and soda
I want you
water
to be
with
healthy
a lime?
for your resolutions. What kind of donut were you? Glazed?
Boston cream.
Oh, Boston cream. That's right.
My favorite ever. So that's another thing. In one of my stores, they opened up a donut shop.
I would be in so much trouble. I would always stop at that store first and then go do
Yeah.
the rounds.
I don't know if you guys know Stan's Donuts
Yes.
in Chicago.
Yes.
They put one in my store.
So my friend and I did a Stan's 5K down in the city with Julia, and they have donuts along the route. I mean,
No.
my kind of race.
That might be, I could probably do that one.
Except you don't realize that you can't really eat a dry donut while running or walking
Let me
fast.
try. Let me try.
I would need like some coffee or water.
It was
or
like I was
milk.
like the sugar was drying on my mouth.
Ew, you had that?
Oh gosh, we got done. We were like, "Where's the water?" But I would still walk it. I think we'll have to check that out. I think it's in the summer. I just remember being very
How
hot.
far is it?
3.1 miles. We can absolutely walk that. You have food along the way.
All right.
Maybe a backpack with vodka.
Yeah.
No one would know.
donuts.
No
One of
one's
those
gonna know.
camelbacks. Isn't that what
How
they're
would they
called?
know?
Yeah.
Camelbacks.
How
Yeah.
would they know?
They're not going to know.
No one's gonna know.
They're totally going to know because they're going to be like this.
By the time we get done, we're the last ones.
Yeah.
Do you have any resolutions as she's drinking her White Claw?
Drink more water.
Yeah, is
I
it?
thought you were going to say drink more White Claw. Done.
No, I don't have any.
No,
No.
I didn't really make any either. I was all like gung-ho on it. I'm just like, yep, I'm going to totally do it. I'm going to like watch my weight. I'm going to do, I told you like last time I saw you,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll do some of that keto.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't done anything, but I
Yeah.
think it's because COVID messed me up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like potato energy.
yeah.
It's
don't
been
have
like
an
5
excuse.
weeks. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't.
Well,
I really
you don't have
an
to make
excuse
one.
either.
I
You
make
know what
a
I mean?
resolution every other year. This year, I just did not feel like it.
You know what? And I'm going to say probably in my early 30s, I was like, I'm not making any resolutions. I know better. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to stick to it. I'm not even going to like let myself
That's-
down,
Yeah.
you know? So yeah.
Last year, I think we all did the weight loss one kind
We
of
did. We
together.
did do it together.
And
yeah.
We were pretty good about it for a while, but
Yep.
then I was just
For
like,
a
I
minute.
just dropped off.
yeah.
And then we were like, oh, pizza.
yeah. Want to do it?
Oh,
eat it together or alone?
Let's go out and get drunk and like
What's
eat
the Kevie?
everything.
Get the Kevie special at that one place.
Oh, the cheeseburger pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bacon
So-
cheeseburger pizza.
That definitely.
So good. I haven't had one of those in a good long time.
What's on it? It's just like a cheeseburger.
It's ground beef, bacon, and cheese. They cook that.
Ah.
And then they put mayo, mustard, ketchup, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes on top,
No
like
way.
cold. Yeah. And it's a lot. And you always know you ate it. I always said you would always know the next day you would wake up with like mustard fingers.
That always happens to me. Does it happen to you too? Mustard fingers? I don't even have fingernails. I'm someone that picks my skin
know.
and my nails all the time, and I still wake up and smell. I'm like, oh yeah, well that's what I had.
Not related at all. Related. That reminds me of a drinking story.
Oh, let's hear it.
I went out one night. I think it might have been my 21st birthday, actually.
Ooh.
And I came home and I was super hungry, and the only thing in the house was some mustard pretzels. I don't like mustard pretzels.
Oh,
Disgusting. I woke up the next morning with pretzels all over the bed. My white sheets
Oh
had
my
yellow stains everywhere.
God.
My God.
Well, actually, I didn't even wake up. My sister woke me up because they were her mustard pretzels.
And she's like, you bitch. You ate my snacks. Snack.
What's your favorite snack after a night of drinking?
Probably pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza or Taco Bell.
Yeah, what is yours?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, I think mine's tacos too.
I really don't do Taco Bell often because you know me, I like to like drink close to home. I try my hardest to not drink and drive at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Purse
I-
tacos.
Yeah.
Purse tacos.
So you have to
Whispering
kind of
into the
plan
mic,
ahead,
purse
you know, or like a lot of times, as we all know, I make my neighbor come pick me up, and then I always talk him into taking me
Yeah.
to Taco Bell.
Yes, we have done
He,
that.
he picked us up last time, I think. Yeah.
It's the only thing that's open late.
Thank you,
so,
neighbor.
yeah, thanks, neighbor.
All right,
who
so
you are.
I have a very serious, but I think we can also lighten it a little bit. Okay, so with
I'm gonna laugh about it.
So I just want to say that we do take all this serious,
Yes.
but it's we're
Trigger
gonna have
warning.
Yeah, okay. So with Valentine's Day coming up and people wanting to like feel all warm and cozy in this cold country that we have, we're going to talk about sexual harassment in the workplace. Yes, we're laughing.
We
know it happens. It's happened to me. We know what you know.
It happened, okay, and not to like
lighten it all. Yeah.
anybody's experience is obviously
Yeah.
their own, and
we take them serious.
right, and we're not trying to just nullify your story.
Exactly.
But I think it's hilarious because I'm rude and crude to people. So yeah.
So I'll tell a quick story. This was not at my place
I'm
of
already
work. No, sorry. This is a weird one. Get ready.
Okay.
I was shopping for bedroom furniture because I am sleeping on a mattress that's like 20 years old.
Oh, God.
Because,
Yeah.
all right, so anyone that knows me knows permanent stuff around the house, I cannot buy. Like, it is so hard for me to buy furniture,
Okay.
bed furniture.
Because I
just
met you,
don't.
10 years ago, and you were like, I need new curtains for my dining room.
Guess who still has the same curtains up?
You still have the same sheer
Yeah.
because you cannot make a
I
decision.
cannot make a decision. I don't know where I get that from, but
I
it
don't
is like
either.
so permanent to me to hang
Yeah.
up, like a curtain. I don't know why. And as I'm looking at the ones here, I can't decide which ones I want to play. Exactly.
I don't see
The
any.
ones that aren't there at all.
You
I
have
had
invisible
some.
curtains.
I have invisible because I cannot decide which ones I want to put
Oh,
up. It
God.
is so crazy.
You
So
should just
funny.
hang the Clopen totes across.
There
Yeah,
you
maybe.
go. There you go.
Not a bad idea. She needs to come over more
See?
often.
See?
So, not local place. I walk into, I'm by myself, and I was just going to stop. I'm like, I completely forgot about this furniture place. I'm going to stop in there. The second that I walk in, it seems a little bit like close. There was just, for me, like with my anxiety, there was a lot of
Yeah.
furniture, a lot of stuff. I could smell his cologne
Oh,
before
God.
he walked up to me. Okay. Not a bad thing to smell good, but it was like,
I don't like too much.
it was too much. It was too
Overpowering.
much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So picture a used car salesman
Oh, shit.
in a furniture
Slick back
store,
hair.
slick back hair, just real, like, as soon as he walked up, was like checking me out, like immediate. I thought, how do I get out of this?
And then you're like, I need a new bed. And he's like, oh, yeah, let me lay down on this one.
So
with
that
ya.
is exactly what happened.
Stop it.
I'm an idiot. And instead of just saying, I'm looking for a kitchen sink, do you have it? No, goodbye.
Oh, God.
I said, I know you've been here for years. I'm looking for a bedroom set. His eyes lit up and he said, all my real good stuff is in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, all this stuff out here, and I'm looking around for like a place to run.
Oh, my
He
God.
made it so uncomfortable. And he was like, it's all back there. I'll just show you. he's got
Ew.
like a toothpick or something,
What the
and he's making those
hell?
noises. And I was in shock because you just don't expect, like, I think I was on my way to the DMV. So
Oh
it was
my
like,
God.
I was just like, I could feel the heat like rising in my neck and my face. Like, how do
Okay.
I get out of this?
So
I'm having a
you
hard
just
time
gave
saying it,
me-
but my face is saying ick.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminded me of when you did that was in Goodfellas. I know you've seen Goodfellas.
Yes, I have.
And
It's been a long time.
when Ray Liotta like just got out of jail and she goes and sees what's his face? I can't think of his name. Al Pacino. It's not.
I
Al,
totally
is
haven't
it?
seen it.
You haven't. Anyways,
Don't tell my
he was
husband.
like, yeah, go over there down the alley and check out those dresses.
Oh, I do know what you're
And
talking
she
about,
was
actually.
like, oh, right down here. And she got real creepy and was like, oh, no, I got an appointment. Gotta go.
Yes, I actually
oh my
do remember
God.
that. Yeah, it was, yes.
Like, you're going to get fucking something
Yeah.
as soon as
I
you
wasn't
walk
sure
back
what
there.
it was. I mean, for me, it was like, I think he wanted to like sleep with me or something. Like, yes, let's just lock this door, you know. But it could have been that he wanted to kill me. Maybe he's got, you know, heads in his freezer. We don't know.
And I've been watching lots of
yes,
not watching, but listening
to a lot of like the crime and
junkies.
Yeah. So is my son. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He comes downstairs and he was like, I have goosebumps. I'm like, why? And he's like,
God.
because what if they scratch at the walls?
Oh
I'm like,
my
what
God.
are you watching? He watches like YouTube and stuff.
And he's watching like supernatural shit. I can't do that. It freaks me out.
Do any of it.
I can't.
So anyways,
You are so like, what the hell?
I'm just thinking like I watched and listened to a lot of it, but most of it's just in my head. I'm thinking it anyways.
yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's going to get me.
Well, you know what? Yeah, like weren't you taught to like carry your keys between your fingers?
I absolutely
like,
do.
Yeah.
I just was showing someone the other day how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? I know what happens. Like I was completely
Right.
unprepared. I had nothing with me. I probably had my phone and my car keys. Like that wasn't going to stop
I mean,
anything.
we live in like a podunk area.
I am thankful that he was smaller
That's where
than
it
me.
always happens.
Weirdos are everywhere.
Yeah. I am happy that he was smaller than me because I immediately thought, okay, I'm going to elbow this guy in the face.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know what? I'll probably just bring my husband back or my family back.
you
Like
go.
I just couldn't and you could tell he was like all disappointed. Like, okay, there's someone waiting for her. It was very very creepy, like a predator, you know? So, so don't go mattress shopping or bed shopping without someone else.
No.
So there's that story.
You know, and you know how many times I've like bartended and waitressed and stuff like that. And I've always had my safe people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that my mom taught me was like, you know, if you have to be by yourself, be prepared, but always have your safe people.
Yes.
You know, you know who you can trust.
Someone you can give the look to if you feel you're in
Right.
trouble.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I always had my crew, like, because especially closing the bar alone on a Saturday night at 2 a.m., where I worked, we were on a major highway. And a lot of times, like, the highway there is very narrow. It's only 2 lanes. But right in front of the bar was, like, we had a little extra space where you can park on the road. Semis would pull up there all the time. And I would get so creeped out, like, nobody's in here right now. This guy's going to come in and murder me, you know?
Yep.
Throw you in the back of the trailer.
And then, you know what? They would come in and they would be super nice and order like a cheeseburger and a Coke and just want to use the bathroom and whatever. And they'd be on their way and it
They've
was
been
fine.
driving
But,
for
you
15
know,
hours.
of course, my mind always gets to me.
Of course. So I worked at a large trucking company years ago. Hated every minute of it. I think I've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
And
That was when you didn't put the brake on.
that was when I didn't put the brake on and almost ran over someone that I no longer talk to. Oh, God, terrible. Man, I was terrible at that. I'm terrible at every job. Anyways.
Why they just promote her, you know, every week.
I know.
So it kind of
so
like, I
terrible.
know we have your mom drives and we have a lot of family and friends that do. So super respect for them. But we saw some weird stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We saw some weird stuff. So
yeah.
we had, I guess they were called carports or something. You know, they would clean the trucks after service.
Okay.
It was always something that they would do. Like if they did work on your truck.
Oh my God,
even
I'm
if it was an
already
oil
imagining.
even if it was just an oil change or something, the truck would get pulled around to the carport and he would clean it for you inside and out or whatever. Well, there was a guy, he had a really big beard. He was a really big guy. He was really tall. I feel like we're back to like Halloween. Isn't that funny? Anyways. And I remember thinking, I am not going to have this guy around me. It was a small office, so I wasn't too worried. And plus there was a lot of people around, right? And he would always say, no, just wash the outside. Just wash the outside. Well, there was a new carport.
Red flag.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, and of course, these are younger. You know, most of them were young men that would do this. Not too many females that we would get. And so, you know, you didn't worry too much about him. But so he was brand new. He pulls the truck around to the back. He came to my office. His face was white.
Oh my God.
He's like, I don't think I should be cleaning the inside of this truck. And I'm
you're like, no, you shouldn't be.
No. You know what? I'm like, no, we clean everyone's truck that even goes for an oil change because that's just how I was back then.
I follow the rules.
I follow the rules. Hands on my hips. And he was like, no, seriously. And he was like, come see. And I'm like,
God.
oh God. Okay. Velvet. Like a velvet crushed everywhere, a blow up doll, some kind of restraints in a bag, gel, like, like a couple TVs, a camera. I'm like, oh, hell no, drive that around to the back and we're never looking inside this again.
And like, I'm all for everybody having their weird kinks, right?
Oh, sure.
Like, whatever you want to do in the bedroom. And that is literally like their
bedroom.
Okay, but that's their traveling bedroom. You know what I mean? It is basically their bedroom that they drive
If I told you that
in,
it smelled and he didn't share it with like a wife or same person all the time, would that bother you?
They don't call them, what do they call them? What the hell are they called?
There goes that.
The rats.
What's rats?
No, hold on a second. The girls that come up to the trucks.
Oh, I don't know.
When they go to the truck stops.
Oh.
You know, what the hell do they call
a name
them?
No,
for that,
what I'm saying is...
Why do you know
So,
Because my mom's a trucker.
yeah. She'll have to tell us what it is. Text her real quick.
It's the lot rats.
Okay. Is
lot
it?
rats.
I've never heard of that
You
before.
never
Have
heard
you?
of that?
Never heard.
No.
See, because you weren't raised around truckers like me.
Yeah. We appreciate all of you, though, no matter what we're calling you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No,
Hey, you got to make a living.
That's the girls that just hang out there, you know, and
Yeah,
they wait
I
for
mean-
the truckers to come up and like, hey, baby, you looking for a date?
Let me explain something with this truck. So, yes, go ahead and get your kink on.
Yeah.
But it almost was like, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Not because I am against all of the 50 Shades that he wanted to do, but I truly think that those restraints were like, she didn't want to be that way, or whoever he was bringing into that truck. So I feel like there was some death there.
Sick. Everybody, maybe not that guy.
People that we look up to because they seem brilliant at work. So many years ago, I was working retail, and there was a chef that would come up with all these neat recipes.
Yeah.
And he was not bad on the eyes.
Yeah.
You know, he was tall, blonde, just really arrogant. So you kind of were like, you just wanted to be nice to him, and he would show you how to do something, and then you would create this meal, and then you would go and teach all the stores. So he was arrogant enough to think that it was okay that every time he walked past me, if I was just like washing a dish or like standing by the counter and not seeing him walk past me, that his wrist and his watch would just accidentally hit my butt.
Touch your butt.
Every time he
Touch your
went
butt.
past. And the first time I was just like, whoa. And I like looked, I'm like, oh, maybe he just had to go around this cart, whatever.
Yeah.
By the third time, in like the third day that I had to work with him, I was like, oh no. I immediately went to the merchandiser and I said, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And they did have to pull up video. And I don't know what happened. I never had to work with him again, but I know he went to a different company within 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't even get like an interview.
No.
You know, it was
Clear as
that was
day.
it. Clear,
You know what?
just done.
Okay, and you might not have been the first person that complained about it.
I don't think
know?
it was. I
Yeah.
think I was like maybe that final like, oh, yep, this is happening.
Yeah.
So
I do have a gentleman at one of my stores that I go to at least once a week. Sometimes I go there twice a week because it's an easy store. And he always has to brush me when he walks past. And I just laugh about it. Like he's not touching my boobs. He's not touching my butt.
Yeah.
He just has to always walk very close to me and always like brush up against me, you know?
he like you.
And I'm like, ew,
Me
gross.
like you.
You're sick.
You know what? Next time he does it, act like he knocked you over. Just be like, oh, sorry, so sorry.
That would be
like kind
so
of like fall
funny.
into a rack. Like, didn't see you there.
I've never thought
I bet he'll
about
never do
doing
it again. He shouldn't be doing that though. By the
I
way,
am gonna do it. I don't. Whatever.
Can you do it? Can you record it? Let me know. Let me know what store, and I'll go there, and I'll just be
Stop.
like in the background by a rack, like cop, like recording it.
I know, and I know he's married, and he always like makes comments like, "Oh, you're going on vacation again? I'd go on vacation with you." And I'm like, I buy a ticket. Let's go, bro.
I wonder if he does that to a lot of people, or if he's just
I'm sure
comfortable
he
with
does.
you. Okay.
You know what? And it's funny because actually today I was at that store and I was talking to him, and he is a different culture, so they have different life rules than we do.
Oh, sure,
right?
sure.
So he actually asked me some very personal questions, but it wasn't even like
Offensive.
to me. Like he was kind of talking about him and his wife's relationship, and I kind of like, well, you should talk to her about that. And he's like, thanks a lot for talking to me about it. And who knows, maybe he does that to other people. Maybe he does it to get
It's his
attention
in.
from
That's
people
how he
that he
gets-
likes.
I would immediately think that. Like if someone came to me and said their whole life story, I'd be like, sorry, bro.
Like I said, I feel like I'll sit there and I'll talk to him for like 5 minutes while I'm doing whatever I'm doing in that area. And I feel like people look at me like, ew, you talk to him? You know, and maybe he does kind of like, maybe he's kind of flirty, whatever. You know, I don't care. I don't. It doesn't bother me because half of my career has been like, hey, let me let my boobies hang out a little bit and you tip me money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that was when you were working at the daycare?
Clearly. You know, for the breastfeeding kids.
I'm all hot. I gotta take my sweater off.
I'm so hot right now. Yes, at the daycare. But you know what I mean? So
those happy daddies.
I feel like I've learned to not react.
Yeah, it's sure.
Or react in a funny
Overreact.
way, overreact, you know.
Yeah.
And not to discredit anybody that feels that
No,
they're
definitely
being
not. We're not-
harassed or they don't like it. If you don't like it, speak up and say, don't talk to me. You know? But
exactly.
I'm just like, I go with the flow, whatever, you know. So, but it was really weird that he asked me these questions. And then, you know, he brought up his kids. I go, well, do you talk to your kids about this kind of stuff? Oh, no, we wouldn't do that, you know. And I was like, do you understand the way that you feel uncomfortable bringing it up to your wife or whoever?
Yeah.
Now your kids are going to be uncomfortable. Like, break the cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Break the cycle. I was like, you know, like I blatantly told him like, well, my mom, like by the time I was 5, I knew what my period was.
Yeah.
She never hid anything from us. Nothing was taboo. I came home off of the bus one day. I was probably in 3rd grade. This is how comfortable I was with my mom. I'm like, Mom, what's a blowjob? She's like, where did you hear that? I'm like, on the bus. You know, we always lived out in the middle of nowhere. So it was like, we would get on the bus from grade school. They would drop off all the grade school kids. We'd go to the high school, pick those kids up, and then they would drop us off.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, I learned so many inappropriate things
you grew
riding
up
on
quick,
the bus
huh?
with the high schoolers. Yeah. So my mom never hid stuff like that.
And that's a important thing that your mom did that, because that goes along with this whole topic of sexual harassment,
Right.
sexual assault, whatever.
Yeah.
it is.
Right.
Being open to talk about it, because many people are afraid to talk about
Exactly.
it.
They are.
When it's happening to them.
Yes.
And it's important that you do feel
Yes.
comfortable going to someone about it, knowing when you do need to go to someone about
Yep.
it when it is
Exactly.
an issue. It didn't bother you, but many are
Right.
bothered
Yeah.
by it.
Yeah. So yeah, I tried to give them that piece of advice at least. Like, talk to your kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're old enough. They're either both in high school or one's in high school and one's in college.
Old enough.
They're old enough, you know.
Interesting.
You don't have to talk to them about their periods when they're 3 like my mom did, but you know, like
Yeah.
talk
That's
to 'em
interesting that
about
he
it.
tells you so much stuff.
It's weird. And like you said, it might be his in to get, you know, intimate with me.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you're
on
not
an
going to let it
intimate
happen because
level.
you have high tolerance for that. You're just kind of like, no,
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And I like give him like, this is the facts.
Yeah.
These are the facts. I only go by the facts, you know.
Yeah.
It's not flirty talk.
Don't let
it's
him play
not,
with it.
Right.
Which
you know?
that's how you are, though. You're very like
Matter
just
of
factual.
fact.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly how you are. Yeah.
If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it honestly.
Yeah.
I don't really
You may
beat
not
around
like the
bush.
answer, but here
Right.
it is. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think if you truly do want an answer to something, hopefully you're not going to get offended.
Yeah. So
you
what
know?
I think he does is inappropriate, but it makes me feel sad that maybe he's not happy at home either.
I don't think, because I'm not going to put his shit out there, but
Sure.
I don't think he's not happy. I think he's truly wondering why or
Interesting.
inquisitive about it. Like, it's legitimate questions that he asks me. You know, he had said something about like the female reproductive stuff. And like, I think he genuinely does not know, because I think his heritage, upbringing, whatever, that's taboo to talk about that kind
I
of
see.
stuff, you know? And I'm like, ask your wife. And he's like, she would never talk to me about that stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, you
It's
know.
almost like he's this grown man, but still younger in the
Yes.
mind. So he's like,
Yes.
oh, this chick's going to tell me everything. Let me just ask her real
Right.
quick.
us as living in the United States,
Yeah.
I feel like we're very openly talk about everything. Social media has definitely allowed us to express our feelings on certain things and spread information very fast.
People are just more open to talk about the topics.
I think a lot of other cultures are still very closed off about that, and we don't talk about that. We don't talk about girls' periods. That's dirty. I'm doing air quotes, dirty, you know. And
People are afraid to even call their private parts vagina, penis,
Right,
whatever.
right.
They say privates or
Yeah,
PP
yeah.
or...
which that's another sexual assault kind of thing.
Yes,
You never tell your kids.
I
you
make
never
a point
give
to
them.
tell my daughter
That's your
has a
vagina. Yes.
And if I'm, changing her brother's diaper, I'll say, he has a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever give them cute nicknames because that's what predators do.
Right. Yeah. So I remember, speaking of that, I remember working at the customer service desk, and they had what is it called where you send money?
Western Union.
Western Union. And there was a weird guy that would always come in and send money.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
So when you accepted the money, you always had to have a code word or a code phrase.
Yes.
And he would put very strange things that I don't think like our husbands would put, like you would put something else like, what is the name of our dog?
Yeah.
He would put, what do girls like to dress up in?
Yeah.
Dresses.
Yeah.
Or what do, so unless he owned like a doll factory, it was very strange. So that just reminds me that.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Too.
I would see him once a week. I'd see him walk up and I'd be like, oh, yuck. Yeah.
Because he was always sending
sex
money to his
trafficker.
girlfriend. I'm doing air quotes, his girlfriend
Yeah.
in some other country. But he would always like try to flirt with you and stuff. And he thought he was like such hot shit. And
Yeah.
you're just like, bro, I'm pretty sure you work at the pizza place.
And then you had to go over to the computer and type in his question and his answer. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is wrong.
Yeah,
What
so
color
weird.
hair does she have today? Or
it's so weird.
What does she like to wear in her hair? Barrettes with flowers. I'm
Yeah.
just like, what in the heck?
That guy was so
And I know that
creepy.
doesn't sound crazy, but it was just enough where I was like, you're creepy.
Okay, because we're not telling them the whole conversation he would have with us before we had to go put those in.
Yeah, right.
That's why the people listening are probably like, oh, that's
Pretty
not
sure
that
I
weird,
blocked all that out.
Shit. And why couldn't we have had COVID together?
Because
We had to have a separate.
Because if we had different variants, then we would give each variant to
please.
each other. And
Who cares at that point? You're already sick. Fuck it. Damn it.
So I am going to go on the other side and talk about myself real quick. So I come from.
Are you sexually harassing people?
I am
Meredith?
not on purpose. So I'm like a touchy-feely, like I like to give hugs. I like to
Yes.
touch arms.
Yes.
Like I'll just like if someone's having a bad day, I never it's like a shoulder.
Right.
And I remember years ago we would go through like the different classes that you have to take to start a job. Like
Yes.
every single person, if you have not taken a sexual harassment course at your job, ask
Yeah.
about it because everyone should be having
Everybody
it.
has one.
Everybody
Yes.
should be taking
Yes.
it. If not, they're doing something wrong. Anyways, and I remember it saying, even a touch on the shoulder or a hug
Right.
or a wink or, whatever. And I felt like I was that person.
You were a sexual harasser. I totally
I was like,
get it.
and I
totally
wasn't
get
like
it.
I meant it, right? And
Because that was one thing I looked at my notes before we started this
Yeah.
podcast, right? Because we were like, what do we have to talk about today? And the first thing I saw was all the friends that became family, right? I had put that in my
It all
notes.
depends on your relationship.
Exactly.
Those people
But I can think
that you have a better, closer relationship
Right.
with someone than they might think that they
so
have
somebody
with you.
comes in and they're like, oh, my aunt passed away. And I'm like, oh my God,
yeah.
let me give you a hug. I'm so sorry. And they could be like, oh my God, she's fucking touching me.
yeah,
You know?
you don't
So,
know.
Yeah.
You don't know. And
You never know.
And the difference between people that like cause a sexual harassment and don't are the ones that understand that.
Right.
That line that says, "Oh wait, they don't like this."
Right.
Compared to the person that says, "Ooh, they like this,"
Yeah.
and then you hold that hug even longer.
Ugh.
So that's the difference,
Don't make
right?
it awkward. You just give
Don't make it awkward.
Ask.
I have always been
Can I
on
give
the
you a hug?
receiving end. If of the sexual harassment.
You do make things kind of awkward sometimes. I always want to hug you and you just stare at me like, oh God, is she approaching? Is she
She's
approaching?
just like this. She doesn't even lift her arms. It's just like
I had a coworker years ago that would hug me daily, multiple times a day. And I never was inviting of the hugs.
Yeah.
I would like try and work my way out of the hugs. I guess I
turn
never flat
to the
out
side.
said,
Yeah.
please don't hug
Because
me.
you're not like a confrontational person.
But
I feel
every
like.
single day, and then actually I made a vague post on Facebook about it because I was friends with them on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then they stopped after that. But I had even gone to management about it.
Oh, God.
And I don't think management ever took it anywhere.
No.
So that's the problem that we have as well. Right.
I feel like management's like, deal with it. Tell them to not hug you, you know?
And remember when I was going through some of my stuff a few years ago and we always talked about HR, everyone always says go to HR. Now, yes,
HR's not your friend.
They're not your friend. They're there to
will
protect
out
the
you.
company. They will what?
They will out you.
And
Right.
yes, they will.
As soon as you start causing an issue, they're going to find a way to get rid of you. They don't want issues, you know?
So I did have a complaint to HR. It wasn't sexual harassment. They did out me. The person did know, and it caused a lot of problems.
Yes, Sam, I was harassed because of a situation.
Like yelling in the office.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's still a store director.
Don't ever go to HR. They are not there to help you. They are there to protect the company.
Yeah.
And I know people will argue with me on that. I get into Facebook arguments all the time. HR is not there to help you. And somebody will say, oh, this, and this. And I go, you sound exactly like HR.
Yeah.
You probably work for HR.
We probably should get someone on here from HR because truly with what I've been through, I don't trust HR. I don't because of what I was through and that they didn't help me. Now, I'm sure that when it comes to sexual harassment, I think they take that serious. Mine was
they're
not.
going to get rid of you. They're going to get rid of you. Because as soon as you start causing a commotion, especially if you're the first one to complain about a certain
I was gonna
person,
say, if you're the first
someone of a
one,
higher level.
it has to happen for
And that's the problem that we have
And
with
even-
victim
it has to
blaming
happen
and
for
shaming.
too long.
and you know what? I'm sorry, but sometimes they're going to pick this person, even though they have all these complaints against them. You know, say, okay, you start working for this company. You're the 8th person that complained about this person, but this person is a good worker, always shows up, does their job, does everything else right. They're going to get rid of you. It's cheaper to get rid of you than get rid of them.
That's really too bad.
Like, it really is, but that's capitalism for you.
Oh my God. She says it every week, doesn't she? And I leave it in every week. I leave that in, but I don't leave in when she's yelling at Johnny when she's recording from her phone.
I said I was so upset. I was listening to, it was when you had COVID and we did the call in. Okay, so
and you were in your bedroom.
I'm going to lay out this story.
Yeah,
so
please do.
I tell Johnny.
Does this have anything to do with sexual harassment?
No.
Kind of, because I beat his ass later. No, I'm just joking. But I tell Johnny, I'm going into the bedroom. I got to call Meredith because she has COVID and we're going to do the podcast on the phone. We're talking. All of a sudden, he like opens the door. And I'm like, I'm talking. I'm like, yeah. You know, I noticed, what did I say a lot in those 2 episodes? Oh my gosh. I think I said that a lot. Oh my gosh. Or that's so funny. I said that's so funny like 800 freaking times.
Because my stories weren't funny.
Oh, no, it was funny.
You're always funny. All the time.
I feel like I say that's so funny a lot. Anyways, he comes in and like came in and did something and left right away. So I didn't even acknowledge it, you know, and I'm just like, okay, you know, hopefully he got what he needed. He's not going to come in again, you know, whatever. And then he like busts in again. And I'm like, Johnny, what? And what is he doing? He's fixing the freaking doorknob that's been broke for a year on our bedroom.
Oh, God.
You got to do that right now. Which goes back to the second episode where Diesel busted in, my dog. And I was like, this is why we could never do the podcast at my house. And actually, Johnny asked me today, I was getting ready to leave. I was getting ready to come here to do the podcast. And he goes, what does Steve do while you guys are doing the podcast? I go, he sits upstairs and he bees quiet. The whole fucking family. They know to be quiet.
As a matter of fact, he came home today. I don't think he was super happy. You know, something happened on the job or whatever. He came home and he walks downstairs and I had it all set up because it was a little cold down here.
And
so I always
like,
start the fire.
Shit.
Yeah, he walked upstairs. He's like, when are you guys recording? I said, I don't know, in about 20 minutes. And I can hear him go, oh. And I'm like, listen up. I was ready to fight. I'm like we have not done this in 5 weeks.
Go do something.
I almost thought he was going to
Yeah.
say something. But he's worked down here before when we were recording.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
He
but
knows to be quiet.
He knows to be quiet.
Everybody in this house knows to be quiet. Not in my house. They just bust in. Hey, what are you doing? Oh.
Well, that's
my
because at
impression of
this
Johnny.
house, I'm in charge.
Ooh.
Like, you guys talked before, like, I bet she kicks ass.
Yes.
You guys had your little private conversation about
Yes.
me, how I'm like, you know, smacking the, what do you call it?
No, we just said,
No, and we told you right after.
Yeah.
It wasn't private.
we were really drunk and we were like, what if Meredith's like a total fucking bitch when we're not around?
She's just so nice 900% of the time. 900%. Like,
Just
what
that.
if in reality she's like the flip?
Yeah. When we're not around, she's just like, my fucking family.
Like a
Get out of my face. Clean that up right now. Which I know you like. I watch your kids cook, make their plate, clean it up, clean their plate, clean their cup. Like, I know you never have to yell at them because they just do
anymore.
But it makes me,
Anymore.
it makes me like think now. Did I yell at them when they were younger? No, no,
just
because
smack them around.
no, because
You just
this
taught
is
them
what
to be
you do.
responsible.
I taught them. Like I was the kind of parent that if they threw something on the ground because they were pitching a fit, I would actually walk with them to that item with
Yeah.
holding my hands on theirs.
Yeah.
And I would pick up the item and I would go put it in, and they kind of by the time they'd go to pick it up, they were laughing because mom was
Yeah.
like playing them like a
Yeah.
puppet. And we would go into the toy box, and by that time they had forgotten they're on to the next.
Right.
That's what you have to do, not
Right.
yelling and screaming.
I know, because that just teaches them that the correct
Yeah.
reaction is yelling and screaming.
Right. So that's why they don't.
Yeah.
We just don't yell and scream here. You don't
Yeah.
either. You don't either. And there's no yelling and screaming at your house either.
Sometimes.
I don't know. I mean,
No, there really is.
no, there's not. I mean, every once in a while you gotta like, you know, just
I
scream
think
out loud outside.
Me and Johnny, okay, so this month, me and Johnny will have been married for 8 years. But I think that puts us
Holy
together.
smokes.
I know.
Happy anniversary.
That puts us together for 17 years.
Aw.
And it's like, we've had like,
Young love.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was young. He wasn't.
He isn't anymore either.
Now both of us are old.
You're
But I
not
think
old.
we've had like 3 like real arguments
Yeah.
in 18 years.
We've had like 300, but we've been married 22 years. this
200
year.
years.
Yeah, we've been married 200 years. So, I mean, that's totally fine. It feels like 200 years.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's only like 13 fights a year.
Yeah, that's all. It's like, whatever.
How about you? How many fights do you have?
Do we count?
Do you mean today or yesterday?
You know what? But the
Don't worry,
thing,
my husband doesn't listen to this.
I always assumed that me and Johnny don't fight because we don't have kids.
Oh,
You know, I feel like if me and Johnny had kids, we probably wouldn't be married right now.
I don't know. We don't fight about the kids,
I mean,
though.
yeah, I was gonna say we were together for almost 8 years before the kids, and
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
fight about the kids.
definitely some fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids stress everything out. you
Money
know?
does, actually. Money's number one.
Money's number one
Money's
thing you
number
fight
one.
about.
No, money's number. It
Stressor.
is.
It's the number one
Like,
stressor,
it's a
just-
number one
Yeah.
stressor is
Yeah.
money. Money.
What do you think you fight about most?
Money.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he
see,
wants
and-
mine and I tell him absolutely not.
You're like, bitch, I fucking work
Yeah.
hard for this
Yeah.
shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yours is the kids. You think?
Just really having space, having
Oh,
personal
yeah.
space, personal time.
Yeah. I guess
The
that's
kids
why.
interfere with all of that. So I guess bigger picture. It would,
You guys just
it
fight
would
over who
be
gets to
labeled
go out
kids.
tonight?
Yeah, or who gets to sit and stare at their phone for a minute. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's why they have man caves and
Yeah.
she sheds and right? Because everyone
Yeah.
needs their space.
Everybody needs their space.
Yeah.
I have my own room at the house. Not
Yeah, we do too.
You know,
Yeah.
I have my craft room, which mainly Grandma uses it when she comes over. But
Yeah.
that is an area that I can go into. It has a TV. I can sit in the chair. I can relax.
Yeah.
Close the door. I don't have to look at anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I almost feel like being in retail, like seeing so many people, having to smile at so many people, you
Right.
almost need time to yourself.
Right.
Decompression.
Decompress, yeah.
Yes.
Before you're with your family, or just even sometimes when it's just too much, when there's too much noise. I remember when I worked second shift a lot, I would come home and I would just need that hour of just like, please
Yeah.
don't, you know, or
Yeah.
even after
10 minutes.
10
I need to-
minutes.
when I come home, I just need 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Let me get my shit together.
Yeah. And that's any essentials really. Actually, it's just anyone working. anyone, even stay-at-home moms or dads or whatever, you just need 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
You really do. And that's why they, people have separate rooms and stuff. So,
and it's so funny. Me and Johnny are like so much opposite. Like when I wake up in the morning, I can't eat like right away when I wake up. I want to sit. I want to have my coffee.
Like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. I want to, right? I do. Like, cause I'll get up, you guys know, even on the weekends, I'll get up at 5 a.m. Johnny will get up at 7 a.m. and he's like, I'm going to make some eggs. You want some? And I'm like, well, how are you even like talking?
Why are you
right
so
now?
loud? Loud noises.
He gets up throughout the middle of the night, all the time. And I'm not like that. I sleep pretty solid unless I have to pee really bad or I get a leg cramp, Otherwise, I sleep pretty solid. But I'll get up at 5 a.m. and about 11 o'clock, I'm like, okay, now I'm hungry.
11 o'clock is my eat time, no matter what time I get up, pretty much.
Because during the work week, between 9 and 11, somewhere between there, I usually eat lunch, So I'm usually hungry between there. But he always, you want some eggs? You want this? You want that? I was like, I woke up 5 minutes ago. Can you leave me alone?
So I used to be a breakfast eater. Like I would get up at 6, I'd take my medicine. And I would immediately go into the kitchen and make like half a bagel or something. For some reason, something's changed. But I think it's because I eat later at night now.
Do you still take medicine in the morning?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So my nothing's changed except for that I think I eat dinner later. So a few years ago, I would start at 5 a.m., be home by 2. I was ready for dinner at like 3 or 4. Now I work till 5.
It's me right now. Yeah.
So by the time I kind of like figure out what everybody's doing, decide what I'm going to do for my night, I'm eating at 7 or 8 sometimes.
Because that's typically when I eat is 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So that's probably
and it's just been in this past year that it's kind of changed a little bit. So, and I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, why am I not waking up starving like I used to?
But then as soon as my kid wakes up, I try to feed her. I'm like, you need to eat. You didn't eat the last 8 hours because you were sleeping.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Why do we force breakfast on the kids? I don't know. I'm not hungry when I wake up.
My kids
are not hungry when you wake up.
I make it and I leave it there.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there for an hour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For her to pick at it. When
she'll decide when she's hungry.
Okay, so my dog Diesel, we've dealt with a lot of food allergies, allergies in general, this and that. So for a while, he was like absolutely starving and would eat anything. And now that we have him on medicine, kind of on a schedule, but his medicine messes with his appetite and this and that. And Johnny gets like so worried about it. And I'm like, if he's not hungry, why are you trying to like force him to eat?
Yeah.
If he's hungry, he'll go eat, just because he's our child,
Of course.
And I mean, Johnny has a daughter and we have grandkids and we love them to death and we spoil them.
But they don't live
too,
at the house.
Right. Diesel is my child, you know? And so it's like, why just put some dry food in there. If he's that hungry, he'll eat it, But no, we have to give him bone broth and put wet food too, and maybe put up some salami and cheese in there.
I saw a TikTok of a lady that it was unbelievable, all the stuff she did. Like it was like a powder. Okay, this is for the arthritis. I mean, it was a puppy, so there was no arthritis yet. This one is for, it was like
fish
bags
oil.
Yes.
And
Have you seen that? You probably know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
it takes her like 20 minutes.
Think about, any special prep that you would have had to do for the kids. Like
that's true.
Right.
That's
Julia,
true.
when she was little, that's
true.
Yeah.
People, their puppies are their babies.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I did a lot of research on food when we were dealing with all of Diesel's and
yeah, that's true. That's true.
His energies.
To me, it still seems crazy because I'm not like an animal person like that, a pet person like
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Julia has trachea, esophageal fistula, esophageal atresia, and it's actually her month. It's TEFEA month. So it's funny that you just said that.
I don't know how
it's
you
purple,
remember
like
that.
or it's like a periwinkle purple ribbon. Yeah, isn't that crazy? She was born without an esophagus or a trachea. And so at 15 hours old, they built her one. So she's like my man-made baby.
God, that is
so
so
speaking of
crazy.
eating, it's true. That's how it was. Like she could only have 1 ounce every hour for her first 2 years.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
miserable, super miserable, because she couldn't fill
And I'm
up.
complaining about feeding him and waking my kid up every 2 to 3 hours. Jesus.
Not like that. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm the worst.
But that's how it was. Like we had to get the super choppers and what was that? What's that company? Pampered Chef.
Yes.
I had it all. And I didn't even rep them.
They have so much for prep.
That's what it was.
Right.
It was
Right.
the sharpest of knives, because everything had to be super,
Tiny.
super tiny. Yeah. So I guess like with Diesel, that's how you would do it too. He has allergies or something going on. Of course, you're going to spend time doing that 20 minutes before they, need to eat and what you need to do. So yeah.
He's spoiled. I know the other day we were out of wet food and I was like, all right, tomorrow I'll get him some food, whatever.
Yeah.
Johnny's like, well, I guess I can make him a couple scrambled eggs. I'm like, just give him some fucking dry food. Like, come on. But we love our DZ.
So much better
now. I know.
It makes you want to do that stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
When you see his progress.
And he really is a good boy.
Yeah.
He's the best boy.
The best boy.
He's the best boy.
All right, I'm going to go back to retail real quick.
Yes.
So yesterday, Steve and I were shopping, and he walked in front of a couple, and they kind of had to stop for him.
Right?
No, I wouldn't know because I don't have any smell right now. But
Oh, you still don't have smell?
No.
I was wondering about that. I didn't.
nothing.
Ask
I've
you about
nothing.
that.
Is this raspberry or is this? I don't even know what flavor this is. It just tastes
Water.
like tastes like water. He walked past them and they kind of had to stop, but it wasn't like an emergency stop because that's how he shops. He shops looking up. Like he doesn't really pay attention to anybody around him because he doesn't care. Like whatever. It doesn't matter. He's worried about what he's shopping
never
for.
Worked retail.
He's never worked retail.
That's why.
And he also is just like oblivious to everything around him in a good way.
Yeah.
Like I'm the one looking around like, look at that skank and look at this, and then, like, did you hear what they said? And like that kind of that. Like I'm terrible. I'm a bitch. I know.
We judge.
We judge. And he's oblivious. Unless he sees someone he knows, he'll say hello, he'll wave. Anyways, he walks past them and they stop. And then I look and I kind of give them a hand, well, they were already pissed at him that they didn't say anything to me when they walked past. So I absolutely did the, you're welcome. And as I was walking away, I heard the guy say to his wife, maybe if it was, he goes, did you say thank you? No, you didn't.
Got him.
I was like, Karen. I was like, I'm going to teach them a lesson.
And that reminds me that you said that Steve just kind of walks around oblivious.
He does, in a good way.
It's a dude thing,
I see
right?
him and he does it.
Yeah.
So
see me.
I had this guy today. I'm putting tags up because, I don't know who keeps taking down the fucking tags that I have to fucking
Where
put
do they
back up.
go?
I don't know.
Is there tag heaven somewhere?
don't
Is there
know.
like a big garbage can
But
somewhere?
every time I'm like, why the fuck is there? Where did they
Tag
go?
integrity. That is your life. It's your life. And you're not even pricing. Anyways, go ahead.
And this store actually has a pretty decent pricing person. So it blows my mind that I have to fucking replace tags. It's
called customers.
Time.
Leave the tags alone.
Sometimes they take them to put them somewhere else so they can get the item for that price.
I know.
Some people do that. Anyway,
Yeah, we're not even
Sorry.
talking
Finish your
about
story, and then
that.
we're absolutely going to talk about that. Go ahead, finish your story.
So, he's an Instacart shopper, whatever. So he's like, can you tell me where these are? And I was like, they should be in the freezer section right there. He goes, ugh, on this side, I already walked down here. And I go, oh, you did? Okay. So we start walking down and I go, they're right here, sir. Well, geez, I walked right past them. I fucking turned around
Total
and
180.
rolled my eyes into last week. And this guy caught me and I was like, I don't work. I don't even
and
work
then you
here.
said, I don't work here.
I don't even fucking
I don't work here.
I don't
I'm
give a
just
fuck.
shopping and helped him out.
And you know what? The motherfucker, because they were like, not eye level. They were 2 shelves down. These fucking Instacart shoppers. Can you look at all 5 shelves? Don't just look eye level. It's not always going to be eye level. Unless you're 2 foot nothing.
So why did he have to be rude? That's my question.
I don't know, but I
you want
fucking
help-
gave it
yeah,
right
if you
back.
want help,
especially be kind.
be kind.
Yeah.
If
Like-
I want help, I am overly nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way over.
Same.
And then if they're
same.
like, oh, it's right here. And I'm like, I am so sorry.
Yes.
that I stopped you from doing
Yes.
what you were doing.
I'm an idiot.
When
Same.
clearly I'm
I'm
the
an
idiot. Yes. Oh, no. No. Ugh, on this side, I already walked down here. Oh, you did?
So I think it's
Let's go walk again, motherfucker.
on the other side of that, I think it's cute that when you're working in a store and a very, very nice person comes up and says, I know they're right in front of me. Can
Yeah.
you please help me
Yes.
find the pasta, the
Yes.
spaghetti noodles? And then they keep finding you in the store to help you for the next. Like, you can keep finding
Your
me, but
entire
you can't
list.
find the sauce.
Right.
Their entire list.
Your entire list.
I did have
I'm
that
okay
just
with
the
it if
other
they're
day,
nice.
too.
I'm okay
I don't
with
have
it if
any
they're
problem
nice.
with that anyways. Well, I'm not salary. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
so
I'm here
getting
for
paid
8
by the
hours,
hour.
yeah.
Whatever you want me to do, I'm getting paid to do.
Yeah.
You want, like, did you just go poop your pants? I will help you with that.
No, that's where I draw the line. No. You pooped your pants, I'm
If
calling
there was an
911.
elderly person, you would probably, if they were like,
I
would
am absolutely calling
not.
911. There's an elderly person, they slipped in shit. Somebody better get over here now.
I will not help anyone that poop. Even though I can't smell right now, I'm still not going to help them because if I can see it, forget it.
I would definitely offer to help them to the bathroom, help them if they wanted me to go and grab some new clothes for them to purchase. Or
Stop
something.
it.
Or
Did I
call
tell the
someone,
sto-
Call someone for them.
Did
No.
I tell the story of when
Yes.
I was on a road trip
Oh.
with my friend,
No.
seeing the Dave Matthews Band
No.
at George Washington, the Gorge, and we stopped at a rest stop, and as I was walking in, you could see the plop, plop,
Oh,
plop, plop, plop,
have
plop.
I was like, oh shit.
Okay, I've never said this, so I'm going to just keep going. So
Sick.
I walk in, and you could tell that people had slipped in it.
Oh,
Okay, so
sick.
I noticed it right away because I'm always looking down because I'm always depressed. So I'm looking down because I work retail.
Or you're a klutz and you don't want to trip.
True, this is very
me.
true. That's very true. So I'm always looking down. I see it and I'm like, oh my God. So I go into the bathroom and I can hear breathing. Like it's like more of like a defeat. Like,
Stop.
oh my God. Oh my God. Like she's talking to herself. Like, what am I going to do?
I hate when
oh
people
my
do
God.
that. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
I'm pretty sure it was just because, not because she was in the act, but because she must have been a mess.
Ew.
So I took my time. I went to the bathroom. I washed my hands. I went to the car. Well,
Rush,
because,
get out.
well, no, because I was thinking about helping her, I guess I should say. I was
Okay,
like, oh, I should help her.
okay.
But I was like, well, this is my time too. So I'm just
Maybe
going to,
she'll ask for help.
Yeah, maybe she'll ask her. She didn't say anything. I was like, making sure she wasn't dying or something. No, she basically was just shitting. And so I went back to my car and I told my friend, I said, do we have anything for this woman, like baby wipes? And she's like, yeah, we do. We have I bought a whole bunch because we were like doing a road trip, I'm like, perfect. So I walked back in there. I handed her a whole thing and she was like, oh my God, you're my angel.
God.
Like, I'm like, no problem. And then she started asking me for something else. I'm like, gotta go, bye.
Oh God. See? Yeah.
So that's as
Because
close as I
that's
got to
what
changing
happens.
somebody's diaper who pooped
But
themselves.
you helped them.
I did help
You
them.
helped them.
She
I
walked
was
out with
nice.
shit everywhere.
And that is
lady
why
walked
I
out with
won on the
shit
lottery
everywhere.
ticket today.
Good karma.
Good
Yes.
karma.
Would you not want someone to help you if you were in that situation? You wouldn't put yourself in that situation, but if you were.
No, I would be too embarrassed for somebody to help me. Yeah, no. I'd walk out with shitty pants. You know what? In fact, if I couldn't make it to the bathroom and I already shit my pants, I would just turn around and go back to the car. And I would finish my trip with shit in my pants.
Oh gosh, the rashes.
Oh,
Hey,
that would be horrible.
whatever.
pull that shit off and go like naked.
I feel like if you shit like that,
Nikki.
you should be wearing a Depends. Okay,
Yeah, what if you just drank some really strong
Listen,
coffee?
Listen,
Yeah.
I have no gallbladder. I know a thing or two about
do.
shitting, okay? Because if you have no gallbladder,
I've
you
never
know a thing or two
experienced
about
anything
shitting.
like that. I'm just saying sometimes those things are not controllable. Clearly.
Okay, that was not that woman's
Uncontrollable.
first time shitting everywhere. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And if she's listening right now, I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
You know what? Because even if you have food poisoning, you have enough sense to pull over before you start shitting everywhere.
So we took a break.
I had to pee.
I had to pee.
So we're talking about sexual harassment, but now we're going to just completely change course here.
Because I want to talk about manicures and pedicures and how I get gypped.
You don't even
every
look
single
like-
time.
You had a manicure
No,
because you picked everything off.
because the bitch did not do good nail prep and my polish lifted.
But also, it's the 19th of January. When did you have that? I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
She was saying
It should-
before vacation,
I know.
and it was
Okay.
New Year's.
I know.
19 days.
And I'm sorry, but no chip can easily last 4 weeks. If you're not a picker,
Yeah, I
if
am a
you're
picker.
not a picker,
Mine's lasted.
yeah.
So, like you said,
When did you get
it's
your
prep.
nails done?
This is New Year's.
Exactly.
It's my New Year's.
And you still
glitter.
have full fucking polish on your fingers.
And the only reason why these are picked off is because of my Wednesday meetings. I pick my skin
Yeah.
and I pick my nails. So they're just a little bit shorter on this hand.
Every single, and so my theory is because I don't go all the time.
But you said you didn't think that they prepped good.
I don't. But I'm trying to not put it all on them.
Also tell about the pedicure though, like how you were done.
Okay,
Tell the whole story. Tell the whole story.
Okay.
I'm interested.
So I walk in.
Welcome to the extended
It had
episode.
to be, I'm trying to think of what day I went because I feel like I was off of work, but it was like a weekday. Anyways.
Well, it had to have been because you were prepping for Florida.
Right. So anyways, I walk in, there's nobody in there. Like they had just opened. And I'm like, I just want no chip and then a pedicure. And they're like, yep, no problem. Take a seat over there. She'll be right with you. So this girl starts doing my manicure. And I'm about 5 minutes into my manicure, which it doesn't take long because I don't have long nails, you know. And a woman and her daughter walk in. Her daughter's getting a fill. She's getting a pedicure. So she goes and sits down, starts getting her pedicure.
Yeah.
So I'm probably getting my manicure for maybe another 15, 20 minutes, right?
Okay.
Me and her got the same pedicure. I know it was the same pedicure because I watched what they were doing to her and I knew I wanted that one because they did like the sugar scrub.
Oh, yeah.
And then the hot towel.
Yes.
Right. And that's my favorite because I get leg cramps.
Yeah.
We don't drink enough water.
I'm always drinking water. I think I need magnesium. Actually, I just ordered some good magnesium the other day. So hopefully that'll help. Which I really actually, knock on wood, I have not been getting leg cramps. So, maybe
Keto.
once a week.
New lifestyle change.
Yes. So,
we're going to talk about that too.
yes, I know. I really am enjoying it. So anyways, I sit down for my pedicure and me and this chick are done at the same time. And like, she was like 15 minutes ahead of me. I always get gypped. I think it's because I'm not a regular customer. I never make an appointment. I always get the shitty person that doesn't have any, I get like the standby person. I have literally walked in for.
Or the newbie.
Right.
That's how I feel about my hair.
Yeah.
But I'm also willing to take that newbie because I did once and it worked out super.
So I'm too old to take newbies now. Like I want it done right.
Super great,
you know what? And it's not always that I get the newbie, but I've literally walked in to get a manicure, just a no chip manicure. Yeah. And the front desk guy was doing it while he was checking people in. And I'm like, I feel like I get so gypped on that shit. And it always happens to me. Always.
So you just.
Because you're too nice.
You need to find someone that you like and stay with them.
Yeah.
Like Julia.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we all had COVID. So
I know.
She couldn't come over here.
I totally wanted Julia to do my nails.
She was closed for 3 weeks.
She usually does your pre-trip nails.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and she was closed.
Yeah, we were closed for 3 weeks.
So I went and got a shitty manicure that's already peeled off. And of course it started, I'm washing my hair in the shower and my hair is getting stuck underneath where my polish is lifted.
My
so
nails
then
hurt just thinking about
I just rip that shit off. Now my nails look like, ugh.
I don't know. Sometimes not your reasoning or anything, but sometimes I think that like there's times where Julia will do my nails and then like a week later they're already peeling. But sometimes I wonder if it's like hormones or what I've done or if I'm cleaning a lot or whatever. But like most of the time, there's only been like 1 or 2 times where I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the polish too. Yeah. But I think for you, they just rushed, unfortunately. And you're too nice.
They don't prep my nail beds well enough, so it lifts up
there's
right away.
There's like a bonding and a protein that they have to put on it to dry. It dries it. It dehydrates it.
And I TikTok a lot, and there's a chick that I watch. There's quite a few nail chicks that I watch. I don't know why I watch them because I have no nails.
It's so neat though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, such talent.
Right. And this one chick, she like literally all she does is no chip manicures.
Yeah.
And she's very... She doesn't soak them. She soaks off the old polish. Yeah. She does the nail prep. She just pushes the cuticles back, whatever.
That's what Julia does too, exactly.
And she'll clip off a little bit of dead skin, but she doesn't go crazy. Like this bitch was fucking ripping at my cuticles. I hate that. And she'll be like, oh, so-and-so's back. This is her polish from 5 weeks ago. And it's like perfect. Still on her nails, just grown in. You
Yeah,
you
right.
can see it's grown out.
Yeah.
And it's like, why can't I get somebody like that?
Because you're not a regular.
I know. That's what I
Yeah, I
feel
wonder.
like.
I definitely think you got the newbie.
You would not
Yeah.
go before it's grown out. You go when it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah. How's your pedicure? Because she did your pedicure too, right?
that's fine. But
Good.
that's, you paint my toenails. I wear socks and shoes every day.
Yeah, right.
You know
How
what I
long
mean?
did your
Gonna last you
pedicure
6
last?
months. No.
Your pregnancy pedicure, did it last a while or no?
It totally did.
It
Yeah.
did?
She
Oh,
just
good.
said, because didn't I stop in and
Not long.
Yeah, when I was going to get the manicure pedicure, I think I saw you.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, yeah, Julia's pregnancy toenails. I just chopped like the rest of it off.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's kind of how like mine are now.
Yeah.
Right now, I need to
Well,
go
it's
see
winter.
her.
Like, we don't
I
give a shit
know.
about our toenails.
Yeah, but then you
during
take your
winter.
socks off and go to take a shower. You're like, whoa, okay. Ooh, where do I make an appointment?
Whenever my daughter sees it, she goes, "Pretty, mama, pretty." So even if they look like they look, I'm like, "Yeah, pretty."
And she's like, do mine. I
Thank
want
you.
half moons like you got.
She loves having her nails done.
Yeah, that's
Hers,
so sweet.
you were saying yours come off or seem to come off so quick. You just get a bad person or a bad job done, and maybe it's just your nails.
So
Have you had
Julia-
a good job done where it lasts?
Because the motherfuckers don't
Have you had a
prep
good
well.
job done where it lasts, where you felt satisfied with how long it lasted?
Yeah, I feel like last time Julia did.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh.
I was seriously questioning because
Yeah.
my daughter's hers comes off so quickly, so easily.
Yeah, but you're not doing no chip on your daughter. You're
That's
just doing
true.
regular.
Yeah, you're not
I
like
did the
filing the
if I
beds
do,
and stuff.
if I do regular,
Sally Hansen fast
Right.
dry.
Yeah,
if I
right,
do
right.
regular polish on my nails, I'm lucky if it lasts 3 days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
But no chip, that should be lasting you like 3,
At
4,
least 2
5
weeks.
weeks.
Minimum
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
2. Minimum of 2.
Yeah, I'd be ripping that
And
shit
they
off
were-
before I got home.
I was gonna say they were almost chipping before
Yeah.
your trip.
Yeah.
Right? They did chip before your trip.
Oh no.
No.
I thought you said they did. I thought you said you had like a chip.
No.
So it sounds like you need to
don't
find a
think
new
so.
place. And
I
you
go to a
need
different place every time.
Oh, well, you were saying we have so many in
Kinda
town.
right. You
So
were like,
many.
which place do you go? I drive down the road and I see
Whichever
which one of
one's
the
not
5
busy.
is not busy.
Maybe that's our
Yes.
problem, though. If they're not busy,
Well,
that means that other people don't go there because of the same reason. So maybe think about
but I
that.
went to the place that you guys like.
We do. I do
Yeah.
like that.
You like that
But
place.
we were just talking about how there's certain people we like
Yes.
there. There's only
Yes.
2 people that we like there.
I never go
and
enough
that's in
to
town.
find out
Yeah,
the names
right.
of anybody.
Yeah,
to be
that's
like,
true. That's
I
true.
don't want them or I do want them. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. My neighbor used to get hers done all the time at a place that's right here. Right
She always
here.
had great nails.
Oh my gosh. Well, then she found out, like, I think she brought a friend with her, and the friend said, "You know that they're talking about you right now, right?" In their language.
Stop.
And so she just stopped getting her nails done.
I don't care if they talk about
I don't
me.
care.
I don't care.
You know what? It's one
Yeah,
thing.
keep
Go ahead and
massaging my
talk.
stank ass.
I was
feet,
gonna
bitch.
say it's one thing that you can keep talking about. You make sure the nails that you're putting on last
Yeah,
3 weeks
yeah,
at least.
Yeah.
Like I would even be happy with 2 weeks, but
I'd be
I don't
happy
know.
with 2 weeks. This
Yeah.
was barely 2 weeks.
you know, I used to do acrylics all the time. And they would last,
I
they
can't
put the
do
tips
that.
on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I ruined my nails so bad. I'd have like because they use like the drill and stuff.
Yes.
I only did acrylics twice in my whole life. The first time I did them, I had my contacts in for a week because I couldn't.
Oh my
pull them
God.
Oh no,
yeah.
I've heard
A
that.
friend removed my contacts.
Oh,
And the
God.
second time was my wedding, and that was it.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, I've always been a nail biter. And
Yeah, me
for
too, me
the
too.
last probably 3 years.
Yeah.
I stopped biting my nails.
Yeah.
You know, so now I actually kind of have nails. So, but when you're a nail biter and you go and get acrylics, and it's like you can't, even if you get the shortest acrylics, they're still too long.
Yeah.
And you're poking yourself in the eye.
Because you're just
or-
not used to it.
Yeah,
You're just not used to it.
scratching
Yeah.
people.
You
I
go
had
from
never
nothing to
had
something.
Fake nails before when I got them.
Yeah.
The first time that I had gotten them, and it was also my first time with contacts.
Yeah.
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 Literally
That'll
had my
screw you.
contacts
So
in
that
for
would be like
5,
me
6
for the
days.
very rare occasion that I wear eyelashes. Like if I
Yeah.
were, to a wedding or something.
Yeah.
Probably the last time I wore eyelashes was your wedding. And
you wear
it just
eyelashes there?
yeah, I would just like like I'm blinking and I'm like, oh, it just feels so heavy. So that's how
Yeah.
mine would be, Why are
That's
you
why I
laughing?
like buying the
I
little.
was just thinking when I wore them, the last time I wore them, I wore them, I did them, I was super happy. It was for a wedding.
Yeah.
And I think we were driving to the wedding and I ripped them off because I was so upset.
Stop it.
I was so upset. I ripped them off and then I had to wipe off all my makeup and redo it. Thank God I had baby wipes in the car.
Oh my God.
And then I was so unhappy with my makeup.
Oh no.
Why'd you rip them off?
I just felt like they weren't down enough or on well enough.
Like attached well.
Yes.
So I think it was probably end of last year or so, maybe like in August, Julia did makeup for a whole wedding party.
Oh, yeah.
And I went with her because they were like, they didn't really respond.
It was kind of shisty sounding.
So once we got there, it wasn't. But the whole conversation was. So they were super great people, like so nice, and just really just loved everything she did. But like the conversation was a little bit like it seemed shady.
Your own businesses, you never know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, right. And it was all through like Messenger, like, hey, we saw it. You do great work. We have 6 people for you. And then,
like,
and then she would write back and say, well, obviously the first, priority is the bride. Like, what does she want? And they, and then like a couple of days later, she would send a picture and you're going to meet us at this hotel and all this. And, you could tell she was kind of like, I don't even know. And I told them our prices and they said it was fine. I said, you have to remember, there is so much that go into weddings that makeup's just one small part of it. So they're just telling you to, and we kind of like stalked a little bit. The one was a teacher. I was like, no, this is totally fine. I still went with her because she was meeting everybody at a hotel. Well, anyways, this just reminds me because of the eyelashes. So she starts doing everyone's makeup. Obviously the bride is first and she goes and gets her hair done. And then it was like the bridesmaid and who's the maid of honor. So the maid of honor, sweet person. She's the one that set everything up. Something was said. I don't know if it was like the mother-in-law or whatever. And so the maid of honor goes downstairs. I guess something happened. She comes back after like a full makeup that Julia did and she's bawling.
Oh my God.
So like dark purple and brown, streaks. And so I was just there like playing with like the little 2-year-old that was freaking adorable in a suit and, tying bows on, and helping the bride or whatever they needed basically, like pinning a couple things that, their hair was falling out. And so I looked at Julia and I'm like, I just kind of like pointed and she was like, come back over here. Stop crying.
God.
And like had to put all the makeup back on. And then not even 10 minutes later, someone said that she said something else and then she's crying.
Oh my God.
I was like,
get that girl out of the wedding party.
Yeah. Or I know.
Nobody got time for that.
I know.
She gets very neutral makeup.
Yeah. But then the face was all red. So, Julia's trying to put like the cover back on and then someone else said something. I mean, it was pretty. I mean, I felt bad for her and the things that were being said weren't great. But, like I just felt so bad because I was like, you're spending all this money to get your makeup put on and then you're just crying. Like, don't worry about bitches.
Hell?
Who cares what she says? Just go be for your friend. Be there for your friend or sister or whoever it was.
Why do people have to be like that at weddings too?
I don't know.
Someone always has to be like that.
Yeah. Was it dramatic at your wedding at all? I don't feel like there was any drama.
Yeah, you had drama.
Oh, did you have drama?
I had no drama.
You were in Vegas.
The only drama I had was for our photos. So we did a first look. Before our photos, we were supposed to be on.
What's a first look?
So me and my husband, instead of the first time he saw me was not walking down the aisle. It was, we went and he stood with his back turned and I came outside of the building.
Oh, very nice.
So we were supposed to be
on being all romantic.
I know.
Oh my God, I'm going to sound so dumb right now, but whatever side the sun rises.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be on that side of the building.
I have to think about it like it rises in
the east, right? Sets in the west. So we were supposed to be on that side of the building. Well, the people that owned the venue would not open the doors on that side. So I had to walk out through like the north side of the building, and so many of my wedding guests walk up and saw me in my dress before the wedding. We took our pictures before the wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So many people saw me in my dress before the wedding because I had to be out front, basically where everybody was entering the venue. We were supposed to be
and I was like this. Oh my God, I don't think we're supposed to be seeing her yet.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
So we were on the ice team. We had to go grab a whole bunch of bags of ice.
Yeah.
And fill the bar.
Didn't you have to go and get my cake that I forgot?
I did that.
I was going to say, something.
Yeah.
I think we just did ice.
It was a good
at the
day.
hotel.
It was a good day.
I feel like we got the ice. We dropped the ice off, but then still had to do something else. But I can't remember
We did have to do something.
I can't remember because I remember
But I
that the
can't remember
truck was
either.
parked. We took all the ice out. We gave it to the bartender, and then I feel like we had to go back around for some reason and then park. But I can't remember if it was just because we were dropping the ice off, or it was
Did you
because
take me to go get the cake? Maybe.
I don't know. I was probably already
That was
having
a
a
long
couple
time ago.
shots for my friend's
Well,
wedding.
you know what? Because we weren't fucking driving. So who cares? Get wasted. It's a wedding.
I love how weddings are now. I mean, I know we're kind of like off topic for retail, but for mine, it was just so like
Formal.
traditional.
Oh,
yeah, and formal. Like I would do
knew.
so many, like for my 25th, we're going to be married 22 years this year. For my 25th,
Are you
I
gonna get
want it to be
remarried?
like earthy and fun colors like yours.
Why don't you get
and-
remarried?
I mean, I don't,
Yes,
let's not
renew your
let's not
vows.
go that far.
Renew your vows.
Yeah.
I don't want to renew my
We
vows.
didn't
My
get to
vows
come
were
to your
already done,
wedding.
and I've kept my. Well, I would like to maybe do like a 25th. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be fun.
He can buy me a new rock.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
let's talk to him after this.
Steve.
But yeah, so there's like, I just love how they are right now. And, you know, photographers, they have come so far.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Like just even like your backgrounds and stuff, you know, mine were just in front of the church or on a street or whatever. Like they have the best ideas. I mean, we're ever evolving, right?
So I loved, you know, like you said, I got married in Vegas. And for anybody who doesn't know, I got married in a pink and purple dress.
Yes.
Because I was like, there's nothing traditional about my wedding. There was nothing traditional about me and Johnny. You know, he had already been married
Amazing.
once. This was my first marriage. Hopefully my last. But
yeah.
you know, like I didn't want like, clearly I was not a virgin. I wasn't.
You
gonna wear
weren't?
white.
I
you know.
totally was. I was pregnant at mine.
My dress was eggshell.
Yeah. Like the only thing that was white at my wedding was my flowers. I had
Yeah,
white roses,
yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I loved was, so we got married in Vegas and the venue took care of everything. I did not have to do anything.
I
We
love
did
that.
Everything.
We went out to dinner afterwards.
We set up tables and chairs.
Yeah.
I think you
No.
guys helped me take them down that
Yeah.
night.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was not about that life for my wedding. I just wanted to be carefree, not a care in the world. The whole thing about having a destination wedding is you know that only a handful of people are going to be able to come.
Yeah, right.
So we were able to just book a small room for dinner afterwards.
Yeah.
Me and Johnny planned on paying for dinner afterwards, and my brother-in-law and his wife actually ended up paying for dinner for everybody.
Oh, how wonderful.
Which we only had like, I think including wedding party and everything, maybe 12 people. It wasn't too bad, you know.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
gave us a little smaller menu, you know, blah, 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 whatever. We had cake, whatever. Went and took some more pictures.
When is your anniversary?
Coming up.
February 27th.
27th. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I saw that you posted a couple from your wedding. I was like, wait, is it this month?
February, yeah. I always try
Yeah,
to
it threw me
change.
off too, but I looked at the date. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always put
For some
up
reason,
some wedding
I always
pictures.
think Mardi Gras. Like, whenever I think of your wedding, I think of Mardi Gras.
Because I wear a pink and
Oh.
purple dress.
And didn't you wear it for Halloween,
Halloween.
too?
Yeah. I did masquerade.
Masquerade. That's
Yeah,
right.
I found
that's
a
right.
perfectly matching pink and purple masquerade mask.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
That was a lot of fun.
Have you ever worn your dress again?
No.
So
Like, I could fit in my dress again.
I bet you could.
So I had this great idea, but then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't know if this would work out. So I still have my dress. It's hanging in my closet upstairs.
Yeah.
Still all intact. It's actually too big on me because I was pregnant
Yeah.
when I got married. But beautiful dress, pretty simple, buttons all the way down the back. What I want to do is get a photographer, probably Roxy, right?
Yeah.
She always
Yeah.
has great ideas.
Yeah.
And I want to like make it look ratty. Like, you know, kind of have it like ripped up and
Yeah.
whatever, and kind of have Steve like a tie crooked and, you know, whatever. And then have the
Yeah.
kids like be
25
very
years of
clean.
marriage.
Yeah. And be like, this is what 25 years of marriage looks like.
Yeah.
But I thought, I don't know. Are people going to understand that? But I think
Yes.
they would. You know, I was
Yes.
thinking, but then I also don't want to like ruin my dress.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't think Julia would ever wear it.
Okay, but maybe she could repurpose it like
True.
redo
Yeah.
it
So
into
to make
something.
it like, you know, messy
Fucking
or
Julia don't want your fucking dress.
like I wanted
Go
like my
for it.
mascara to be
Go
running.
for
I mean,
it.
it's totally not us, but us, you know,
do
like
it.
I'll give Roxy a call. I'll see what she
Yes.
says about it.
Yes.
She's very like on top
Ask
of all of
Julia,
that.
do you want this dress? No? Okay, I'm gonna fuck it up.
But ask her. I mean, my parents had a backyard wedding and my mom just wore probably like a Kmart dress. I'm being exaggerative, but I totally would have done something with that dress.
love
like made it a
Kmart.
piece of a veil or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I totally would have done something with it.
Yeah, no.
My mom was very tiny when she got married. I tried to put hers on because I'm actually, I got weighed and they looked at my height yesterday and now they're saying I'm almost 5'8". Like they say I'm like
Really?
5'7",
grew?
and how did that happen? I think I like stood really tall though. Too.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna totally do this because then it won't be so bad with my weight. Anyways,
Stop it.
my mom is petite. Like she was petite when she got married. And I remember trying to put on her dress and it was like the back, I couldn't
could
even
not
zip
close
it up,
it.
you know? So there was nothing that I could
Okay,
do.
bodies
but
were
it's
fucking
my mom's
different back then,
They
too.
were different.
They were different back
Yeah.
then.
My mom was always like, oh, I was big when no, you weren't.
No, we all think we're fat
No,
when
I
we're
know.
14. And we're not. We're hot little fucking bitches. But society is like, you need to wear super low rise fucking skinny jeans.
I
And I'm
know.
like, my belly hangs out and I have no hips or butt because I'm 17 and I haven't fully grown into my body
It's
yet.
funny because you ever look back at pictures and you're just like,
Oh my
I
God.
was thin. What am I talking about? Like
That's
I'm
what I always
39,
say.
right? So I look
Thank you, Facebook memories.
Yes.
exactly.
you.
So I look back and I can
Facebook
see like
memories.
the veins in my neck. I'm like,
Yes.
why did I
My
think I was
jawline.
fat?
I had a jawline for years.
I've never had one. I always
Years
had
and
this
years
chin.
and years.
I don't know what
But I always say I wish I was as fat as I thought I was the first time.
yes. Yes. I was always the fat friend. I was
Yes.
not cool.
Yes.
You bet that I
But
am
you know, I
no
was
longer
like
that.
18, 19 and thought I was fat. And I went on this cruise with my aunt. And I had a job at the time, so I like bought some clothes for the cruise or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe she took me shopping. I can't remember. I was wearing strapless dress, no
yeah.
bra,
Oh, yeah.
like fucking hot as shit.
So everyone
And I
look
was
at
like,
themselves
"Ugh,
in the
I'm fat."
mirror right now and say, I am hot. I am good looking. This is it. That's it.
I'm just
Positive
like,
effort.
this
No
is-
body shaming whatsoever.
Look
Be
in the
happy in
mirror.
your skin.
Look in the mirror and be like, this is the sexiest as I'll ever be. Because it just goes down.
Wait, look at yourself and know that you're sexy, but don't let anyone else at work tell you you're sexy. All right? Because that's the whole theme
Don't let
of
them
this.
touch you inappropriately.
Don't let them touch you. Don't let them tell you anything. Don't, let them
don't let
ask
them-
you questions.
yeah, no.
Just know in your own mind that you're sexy.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're all hot shits.
But no one else can tell us that unless it's your spouse. Have you had any problems at work? Like with people hitting on you and
Too many to count.
really?
Stop.
That's what
Too
she,
many to
see,
count.
she's the cute one of this group.
I know.
That's what happens.
I mean, that's not true, but I'm just quiet. I'm just quiet. So
We just told you were hot shit. So
So it's obviously the truth. You speak nothing but the truth. I mean, this is going to go online and the internet is nothing but truth. So definitely a few instances, that stood out in my mind when you guys said this was the topic we were going to talk about. There was a person from upper management went from where I worked. This was years ago. Less than 5. No,
Wow.
maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And my thought was not necessarily he's upper management, so I'm not going to say anything. It was more so like Cass's thought. I don't really care. It's
yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I don't
Right.
care. But looking back on it, I think it may not bother me, but it could bother somebody else
Right.
that this person's doing it to. So maybe I should have said something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in this instance, what had happened was this person from upper management, I was helping out at their new location. And I was staying at a hotel during that time for 6 weeks. And every single day that I saw this person, they would ask me for my hotel room.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't you going to give me your number? When are you going to give me your room number?
Ugh.
What's your room number? And then I would say, oh, aren't you married? And he would go, my wife knows.
Ew.
As long as I come home at night, it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
As long as she's
no.
the one I come home to, it's okay. And that's not okay. Again, like Cass said, may not bother you, didn't bother me at the time. I mean, it bothered me, but not to the point that I would say something. But I should have said something because maybe it would have stopped sooner. You know, that what he was doing to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. That's always.
This person ended up being fired for doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
With somebody else.
Yeah, but that was like consensual with somebody else.
Regardless, how many people was it not consensual with?
I know.
Comments.
Right.
Maybe not actions, but comments.
You know, okay, so, and I agree with you, and maybe you should speak up, but I also feel like serial sex assaulters or whatever you want to call them, they're not going to stop because they got turned down once. You know what I mean? Or
unfortunately.
And that's going back to HR, you know? I mean, you could have said something to his boss. You could have said something to HR, but they're going to evaluate both of you, and you could have lost your job because
and I was only
you know?
temporary at that location.
Right.
It's really an issue if this person
So I know we were ripping on HR, but I always say just get it in writing.
Yeah.
Even if HR doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And peace of mind, you know, not saying you did anything wrong, but, you know, if that happens to any of us, you know, go ahead. Just send that email off that said, here's the situation. Here's what happened. Time, date. Here's exactly what happened. Here's the facts. And even if they don't do anything about it, like, because obviously we just have different feelings about HR, it's documented.
What if you even just email it to yourself?
Yeah,
so you have that written.
I've done that. I have absolutely done that.
Yeah.
On this day at this time, this is what happened. This was a situation, blah, blah, blah. Send it to yourself.
Or I spoke to this person about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that where instances have happened and nothing was done. But so I sent, you know, an email to myself saying, I spoke to such and such.
Right.
Oh, sure. Right.
About it in hopes that it would be resolved or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Very good idea.
So on your
document
story,
everything.
I had a coworker one time we were all staying at hotels. We were doing store openings, whatever. And we were pretty all buzzed up, you know, and this guy was like, oh, do you need some help getting tucked in? And I just laughed so hard in his face.
My face is like, I can't even describe it. It's just massive disgust. Like, ew. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I know. It took me.
Wait. Was he serious though?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like he was trying to put the move on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I laughed so hard. And I think that this person was very offended by me.
Good. Maybe you taught him a lesson.
I know. See, it still makes me laugh so hard today.
People who do or give sexual harassment, you know why they do it continuously? Because it's been accepted.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because it's been accepted. So until they get pushback or get a slap on the hand, they will continue to do it.
Yeah. I was married. This person was married, and I laughed so hard in his face, and I just walked away.
So I worked at a car dealership, and I became friends with someone that did the finances. You know, so you would always have to say, okay, here's what's happening. Here's the paperwork. My job only lasted a year. I hated that too. And I remember that we had, I used to sell quite a few cars. Like I did, they always would send me stuff. And I did good for that year. So I always had to work with him. And we had some kind of party. It was like a holiday party.
Yeah.
And we all sat in tables. Like it was like, you know, I don't know, 24 of us. So there was like, you know, six, whatever. And he was starting to drink. And he said, hey, you know, I know that we both have long rides home. So I went ahead and got us a room. Like it was like
what the
hell? Like my husband and kids have walked in. You know I'm married with children. And he said, so it's right down the road here. So finish up that drink. Let's go, you know, at least go see the room and then we can come back to the party. I was so like, once again, thrown off because I'm just like naive
you just
like
laugh
that.
in their face.
But I thought to myself, that's what you get for being nice to people. That, you know, it kind of like, it makes you harder.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you harder and not want to give people.
Well, I shouldn't say people, but some people definitely do take kindness for more than it is.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I mean, I was quitting shortly after that. But
did I send you that meme? Maybe I just screenshot it and never sent it out.
You send memes all the time.
I know. And it was like, you know, cashier just doing her job being friendly. And it's like male customer. She must want to have sex with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's like we're friendly people. We work customer service. It is our job.
It definitely works the opposite way though, too, as well with like, you know. a man being kind to a woman, oh, he must want to sleep with me.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely
Yes.
It absolutely does.
Yes, I think every man that smiles at me must want to sleep with me.
Oh gosh.
If he tells you have a very unique name, then he definitely wants to sleep with you.
He's like, I really like your name. I'm like, thanks, I got it for my birthday. Totally wants to sleep with me.
No wonder she likes Starbucks so much.
I haven't gone over there in a while.
So when I used to cashier, I don't know if they were single, married, whatever, the guys would be like, wow, you're fast. And I would always say, only in grocery. Because I knew what they were talking about.
Wow, you're fast. And you're like, my mom said the same thing. Stop being so fast. That's like my great grandma's generation. They would say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to hang out with that girl. She's fast.
Fast. Yeah.
Fast and loose.
Yeah. I don't know if great grandma ever said loose, but she would say fast. And she called gay people, they were funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like she would never say the word gay.
Oh.
She would be like, oh yeah, those boys in their patent leather shoes, they were real funny.
Oh,
That's what she would say.
I prefer that. I almost prefer that.
Well, I think my great grandfather's sister was a lesbian, and she had a roommate.
Yeah, yeah.
Like because that's what you did back in the day. You didn't talk about it.
Unfortunately.
I mean,
you could
we're
never be open
talking-
about
yeah,
it.
This is like in the 30s.
Yeah.
Definitely was not talked about openly or accepted openly back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, she would always say, oh yeah, Grandpa Max, his sister, she was real funny.
Yeah.
And I always thought like, oh, funny, like she would tell jokes all the time. Huh?
Yeah, when
like
you were
it took
younger.
me like 20 years to figure out, oh, she used that as gay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't watch many shows, but I've watched a couple of like the Mad Men shows from back.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I almost felt like things have definitely changed, right? Because
You think so?
Because didn't men have more power back then?
Well, yeah, a woman couldn't have a bank account on her own back then.
yeah, and they couldn't vote, and
You
they
think
couldn't-
about it, okay, so
and they were the assistants. There was no women in power and all
Well,
that kind of thing.
men
So
used-
if a man hit on you, it was almost like, well, if I want to keep my job,
exactly.
and so now we have very independent, strong women giving, or I should say both, right? Because
Yeah.
I know what happens. I'm sorry.
go
I'm
both ways.
I'm saying women because we're women here in a
Right,
circle, but
right.
so obviously it can go both ways. So please
Right.
don't take us the wrong way here. But I don't know. Times have definitely changed.
I don't think they've changed as much as you think they have. It's not even necessarily that we're oppressed, but now I can go have my own bank account. I don't have to have my husband do it for me. But yeah, I guess what you're saying, oppressed, yes. It's still a man's world.
Sexual assault or harassment is still prevalent, and it's not very. They don't come down on it very much. I don't know what the right.
Well,
Yeah.
but that
is
can
or
go both
terminology.
ways. That can go both ways because a woman is just as capable of sexual harassment as a man, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm not even talking about that, but it is definitely still a man's world. My body, my choice, right? And I'm not talking about fucking vaccines, okay? I'm talking about abortion, I think back to my grandma had my mom 2 weeks after she turned 16. Abortion wasn't legal back then. I mean, thank God my grandma didn't have one. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today.
Right.
You
I
know?
know.
So,
You would have to put up with me
Right.
alone. Oh my gosh. I'd be talking to myself on this podcast.
it.
It's so weird.
I'd just be sitting here in silence.
So yeah, and now we're going back to that. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand.
This world is crazy right now.
It is. And I know not every, and you don't have to be like pro choice, and you can still be, I don't even know how to word that. I don't even know how to word that without pissing people off. Anyways, it's everybody should be in charge of their own body,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And we still,
Exactly.
No matter what it is.
No matter what.
vaccines,
Yeah, no matter what.
Birthing,
Yeah.
sexual harassment.
if
Yeah,
you think
exactly.
you were born the wrong gender, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
everybody should be able to do their own shit.
Your choice.
And I heard a really cool.
And who cares what everybody's doing?
I
Like,
know. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah. Like, I know.
As long as you're not hurting children, hurting yourself, or hurting anybody
Yeah,
else. And I mean,
yeah.
honestly, if you want to hurt yourself, that's on you. But, like,
Please don't.
I don't understand I heard a really good thing the other day, and it was, and this is probably going to offend some people too, but people want like religion back in school. But when you question those people, well, whose religion? It's
right. Everyone has different beliefs.
Right.
Yeah.
So they want religion to govern the people. But how would they feel if somebody else's religion governed them?
Yeah.
They would not like it.
No.
I think we're pretty liberal in the states that we try not to push religion on anybody, but man, fucking people try.
Yeah.
Don't push your shit on anybody else.
No,
I'm not.
Never.
I'm not going to try to make you believe that God isn't real. You shouldn't try to make me believe that God is real.
Yeah.
And everybody is allowed to have their own fucking opinion.
Yeah.
I don't push my shit on anybody else. Don't fucking push your shit on me. And that's what I mean about not only as women, we're still oppressed because it's a man's world, but as human beings, we're still oppressed because people are so fucking pushy in their shit. Just mind your own fucking business.
Jeez, we saw that years ago during the election, right? Just people fighting.
Just opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Opinion.
Everybody has an
People
opinion. They're
lost
like
friends.
fucking assholes.
You're not going to change my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just going to talk in circles.
Yeah,
Right,
it's true.
right.
I saw so much of that a couple of years ago. It was crazy.
You're going to create divides.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
And
Not bringing anyone
I had one
together.
friend that he ended up having to just like delete everyone on his Facebook because he just didn't want to see it. He
Right.
just didn't want to talk to people.
Right.
He was erasing phone numbers, and he had one friend in quotes, reach out and say, "Really? Over politics?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear
wanna
it.
deal with it.
Every time I post something, I don't want you to argue. Well, then don't post anything.
Yeah.
No, it's my page. I'm
Everyone
going to post
has
about
their
it.
own opinion.
Everyone has their opinion. I don't want to listen to your opinion. This is
Yeah.
my opinion. This
And
is my opinion. Why
I've-
would I want to listen to anybody else's opinion? This is what I think.
Yeah. I've posted the meme before that said us not talking about religion and politics when we were younger just made it real uncomfortable to talk about religion and politics. And we should be able to have open conversations about it.
Like where you listen,
Right.
not I'm not trying to tell you something. I'm not trying to
Right.
tell you something. Let me just hear what
don't
you
want
feel.
you
And,
to-
and we walk away still
I don't
friends.
want you to think
Right.
what I think. You don't have to think what I
No,
This
no.
is just my
I just want you
opinion.
to know what I think.
Right.
think. Let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah, yeah.
I say that a lot.
I don't want to have an argument, so let's not talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I do get into Facebook
let's
arguments.
Change the subject.
Yeah.
What gives you the right?
Even if I do agree with you to any extent, I don't want to have this conversation and possibly have it result in any negativity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree to disagree. I think
Yeah.
that's a good one. Mm-hmm. But okay, so yeah, I feel like even though we've come so far in the last 50 years, I feel like in the last 2 years we've
Gone a little
reverted
bit
back.
backwards. Yeah, a little bit backwards. Yeah.
I'd say a lot of bit backwards.
Just no one's kind anymore.
No.
No one's kind. I mean, we laugh about this, but I say this all the time. I got off of social media again because I'm so sick of people whining and complaining. And there's so many unhappy people. Well, first of all, people need to go back to work.
Yes.
Go back to work. You are sitting at home and you are bored.
Yeah, stop working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meredith. Go back to fucking work. All in your closet.
Hey,
Get out of your closet, Meredith.
it's a walk-in closet. It's big.
It's her closet office.
It's my closet office.
It's your cloffice.
Yeah. Actually,
office.
we don't have mandatory go back yet, so we have too many. We got to keep people safe. Well,
All of a sudden, everybody's testing.
I'll just continue my
snozative.
commute every single day.
positive.
Yeah, your
7-minute commute.
7-minute commute. Yeah.
No, but your 7-minute commute, and we were talking about this.
Yes.
You saw so many people like in the ditch, or because a little bit of snow and people are driving crazy.
Nobody knows how to drive.
Oh my gosh, be careful.
Me-
They
I'm
say that
included.
accidents
I'm
happen
included.
closest
Yeah.
to home. Yeah, it's crazy.
Within 2 blocks of your home.
Okay, but that's
the
because
study.
60% of the time that you're driving, you are within a half mile of your home.
Yeah, right. I have a driving story. What? Last week I went to a Chicago store and I was on my way down on the highway And because of the snow, salt trucks,
Yes.
you really have to go around all those potholes.
Oh, God.
My gosh.
The potholes are terrible.
So I have this itty bitty little car with itty bitty little tires.
Oh, God.
And I'm really doing good. You know, I'm like Mario and Luigi. Like,
Well, yeah, she means Mario Brothers. 'Cause she's in a little
Andretti
fucking,
is the race car.
She's in her fucking. She's got
you're talking
turtle
about
shells
Super
going
Mario.
back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got
She
her.
was I wrong?
She's got
I'm
her
always
bananas hanging off the back of her car.
Wait, so who am I
makes sense.
then? Going like
You're
Mario and
Andretti.
Luigi.
No,
Yeah.
Mario
You're
Andretti
Mario
is
and
what
Luigi.
you're
Yes.
saying.
Yeah, my dad always called me Andretti. He's like, how's it going? Yo, wait, I'm going to go back for a second. Because my dad, when I was younger, did not have a concrete driveway. He had stone at the back. So he would watch us leave. And if any stone
Right, you
went
spit it
flying, oh my gosh, were we in trouble. Thanks, Dad.
Really?
Oh my gosh, we would get home. He'd be so mad at us. He's like,
I believe it.
you need, and my parents live on a
Pay for the
highway.
stone. You pay for the stone you put in your driveway, though. So if you're tearing it up,
Yeah.
your ass is replacing that.
He was a control freak.
I never had
I
nobody
love
be
him.
like, you
Weird.
pulled out of the
Weird.
driveway
Your
too
dad was a
fast.
control freak? I would have never guessed. Some people say those traits get passed along.
Must have skipped a generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, so I was going downtown and I'm doing really good. Going through like all the different.
Skipping the potholes.
And all of a sudden the car went right. They hit it, but I was following the car thinking they knew what they were doing. I hit a pothole.
Ka-dunk.
Oh my gosh. I was like, this is it. I was just waiting for the ding. Like my.
Yeah.
So it didn't, thank goodness. I got all the way home and I go to look at my tire and there's like a bubble. Like you know what I mean? Like
Thank
it was like.
Goodness, no.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't flat on the highway.
Yeah. 'Cause
But
that's
so now
my
I'm kind of
biggest fear.
watching it. You know, I don't have to go too far, but I'm just like, oh. So I got to pay for a new tire now.
And
There's
you
like
gotta, and you might
it's
as
like
well
a
get
pimple.
two. If you're gonna get one, you
Have
might
to
as well
get
get two.
Well, and then I told the
if you have
family,
all-wheel drive, you gotta
I
get
don't want to
four.
put my money into 2 new tires. I should just get a new car.
Is your car
That's
paid
me.
off?
That's
Is your car?
me.
No.
No.
That's me. I don't want to buy new tires.
I don't want to buy new tires. I just want to get a new fancy car.
I'm the same fucking way, so I'm not judging at all. I'm like, it needs brakes and
rotors. Rotors for another $15 a piece.
so poor Julia.
And I need an alignment. No, we're trading this.
Speaking
in
of
today.
driving stories, Julia always parks on the left side of the garage. I always park on the right. And she was on the right. And she pulled out of the garage
Oh,
and
no.
smashed her right passenger mirror on the garage. Oh, she was so upset. $333 later, she has a brand new mirror and tire rotations and oil change. But still,
Did she take it to the dealership and they fixed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. We have
Yeah.
our favorite. We
Yeah.
have a favorite dealership. So, but yeah. Oh, so
And they always fucking charge out the ass too.
no,
Well, I hope
but
they
it's
at
beautiful.
least hope they at least vacuumed it for her.
I'm not sure.
Go
She
look
drove
at
it home.
Go
we
look
clean
at her.
every car that comes through.
Yeah,
every car
we
that
clean
comes through.
every car that
We
comes
clean
through.
the inside of every truck.
Even if it does have blow up dolls and velvet inside.
and some tie downs.
Hey, where's my quiz?
And
All
you did
right.
not sing. You did not sing even one time.
I didn't.
I'm extremely disappointed.
So this one
She
is.
literally has a
Did
quiz.
you really have one?
She
Not
literally has
sure
a
if
quiz.
he likes you. This quiz has the answer. The whole sexual harassment.
So
thing.
I can find out if he's just being,
not that into you.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Maybe he is so into you that you know the answer already and you're just playing.
Yes.
So, does he know who you are?
Yes.
You can answer this all wrong if you want as
Okay.
well. Whatever you want to do. All
Okay.
right. You guys have to vote together. All right. So, yep.
Okay.
We know each other very well. Yes, he knows who I am. No, probably not. Maybe. Yes, we've met. We are acquainted.
Yes, he knows very well.
Who are we talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes.
How well do you know him? Same answer, sort of. We know each other, but we're friends. He doesn't know me at all. I think I scare him. We're good friends. We're in the same group of mates, but never really spend one-on-one time.
First one, whatever the first one was.
What was the first one?
We know each other, but we're not friends.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to say this is from Sophie Me9.
Sophie.
Yeah, it's a UK quiz.
Okay.
All right. How long have you known each other? And it's this cute little couple that are like laughing, acting like they know each other. A long time, but just as mates.
Mates.
It's clearly UK.
We met recently and got on like a house on fire.
Yes, that one. Yep.
I won't even finish the rest.
That one.
So those that are like trying to figure out if your coworker really likes you, just keep answering the questions. Are you friends on Facebook? Yes, he requested me. Yes, he's not that good at replying to my posts though. No, I can't find him on Facebook. Maybe he doesn't have it. He blocked your ass. Yes, we haven't really communicated on it though. No, my request is still pending. That just means he doesn't log in. This is so many different answers. We poke each other occasionally,
Yes,
but that's
that
it.
one. Yes.
We poke each other occasionally.
Yes.
Isn't that like the hand
Yes.
wave or something?
No, it's
there
the
used to be a
poke.
poke.
It's truly a
Remember the
poke?
There's been a poke. It's been years since the poke.
So-and-so poked you?
Yeah, and that's sexual
Oh.
harassment too.
That's
So now it's a wave.
now it's
No.
a wave,
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
I
No,
don't
there's
fucking
still
know.
a poke.
There is?
The poke is still there.
Okay, but we don't
If
go
you
on
had-
our laptop. We go on our phone.
If you had a
so.
poke war going, you can still poke.
What?
I haven't seen poke in
I feel like I should. What do you guys talk about when he pokes you?
Oh, God.
He doesn't talk to me especially. Normal stuff. We flirt. He talks about his wife and kids and asks me a whole bunch of questions.
Yes, that one.
No, that's not it. I'm just kidding. It's not even an answer. Anything, everything. There's nothing we don't talk about. He goes red and gets away as soon as he can when I
Yes,
try to
that
talk
one.
to him.
Yep,
He
that
doesn't
one.
know me. All right.
He gets red. I can't wait to
When
see
you
what the results
talk,
are.
what does he do? He looks anywhere but at me. He usually stares at my chest.
Yes. Exactly.
He looks into my eyes. He looks at my feet. Oh my God. We don't know each other, so we don't talk.
One of those looking at your feet. I'm going to say he looks at my tits
Chest.
the whole time.
Chest.
Whole time.
Is he single? No idea. Yes, he just broke up with someone. He has a girlfriend and they seem pretty happy. Yes, as far as I know. Is he single?
He's got a girlfriend and he seems pretty happy.
Let's see. Oh, these people are making out in this picture. Sorry, folks.
Ew.
What's the farthest you've gotten with him? Wouldn't it be furthest? I don't know.
What's the
We made out. It was amazing. He finds ways of touching me, but pretends that it's by accident.
Yes, that
Yeah,
one.
that
Yep,
one. Oh my
that one.
That one. Totes.
Oh,
That one.
Lord, we're going against
Let
our
me check
sexual
the
harassment
time.
stuff. Honestly, do you think he likes you? We're on question number 9. I think he fancies me. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. He might if we got to know each other. Nope, he doesn't seem to like me at all. It's really hard to tell. He's barely even looking at me.
Pretty confident.
I was going to say the middle one.
What's the middle one?
yes.
He might if we got to know
Yes,
each other.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Whatever you say goes.
All right. Jeez. Perfect quiz for our conversations today. Do your friends think he likes you?
Definitely not.
Okay,
tell
no,
me
they've
he's
tried
trouble.
to discourage
Yes.
me.
Yes.
And then there was the other ones that said, my friends think he's shy and blah, blah, blah. And what friends would say.
Because he only flirts with me at work.
He is not into you at all.
Oh.
Surprise.
Well, him staring at my tits says something different, okay?
He's not truly into you.
I'm
he just
pretty
wants to
sure.
stare.
Yeah, well, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
Good
He's
thing
not
I'm married.
into you at all. Is that a
And
movie?
he is too.
He's just not that into you. Isn't
Yes.
that a movie?
Not that
Yes.
into you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Sofame9.com. Thanks for that.
Yeah. I couldn't let us have an episode without me having
You know what?
a quiz.
Honestly, I can't believe I forgot. I
You
can't believe I forgot.
forgot?
I was
I can't.
like,
White
thanks
Claw.
for coming. This was
White Claw.
fun.
White
No.
The White Claw made her forget. The claw made her forget.
You were like hand on hip, like, excuse me, you're forgetting something. What's that one song that's real popular around Valentine's Day that people sing? It's like a Marvin Gaye song. What is it?
Let's get it on. Oh, you just you're such a bitch. Was that the right one though?
Absolutely.
Right? Is that what you were thinking of? Let's get it on.
Not with your coworkers. Stop it.
Let's not get it on. Let's just be friends.
Thanks.
All right, bye guys. Happy Friday.
Bye.
Happy Friday,
Happy
everybody.
Friday.
Thanks for visiting us. This was fun.
Thanks,
Yay.
friend.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
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 This podcast is brought to you by Nametag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Drums, written and performed by my son, Steven. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.